cardiovascular endurance, muscular endurance, muscular strength, flexibility, and body composition. These are the 5 components of health-related physical fitness. There's also 6 components of skill-related fitness, and I've made a video about that previously, so check out that if you're interested in that. But in this video today, I'm going to be talking about the components of fitness that help give us the most health benefits. So if that's you, you're in the right place, so keep watching. Hi guys, and welcome back to Fit with T. I hope you guys are good. Today we're talking about the 5 components of health-related physical fitness. If you're new to fitness, maybe you're new to sport, or maybe you're studying PE and you've been told to watch this video, or you found this video to help you with your research, to help you with your studying, then hopefully this video is helpful for you. So we're going to start off by talking about cardiovascular endurance, aerobic fitness. What is cardiovascular endurance? Cardiovascular endurance is all about how well your body takes in and utilizes oxygen. So the quicker and more efficiently it's able to do that, the longer you're going to be able to do something for. This is the health of our cardiovascular system, of our heart and of our lungs, how efficiently they're able to perform, and cardiovascular training helps us to develop these. The more cardiovascular endurance you have, it means that your body is more efficient in actually delivering that oxygen to your body and taking that oxygen in, so that your muscles are consistently having oxygen they need to keep producing the movement that they're actually producing. So what kind of exercises help us to train our cardiovascular endurance? You've got things like jogging, cycling, and swimming. These are all very good ways to train your cardiovascular system. So of course, if you train your cardiovascular system, you're going to develop your stamina. Okay, your stamina for everyday life, your stamina for if you're training for, let's say, a long distance event or the marathon, or even when you're playing any sports like football or games that have a long period of time in which you have to keep your body moving, keep your heart and your lungs pumping the blood and the oxygen to all your muscles. Then cardiovascular exercises and developing your cardiovascular endurance is going to be something that's going to be beneficial to you, and it has health benefits. It helps to regulate your sleep, to be honest. It also helps to regulate your blood pressure and to decrease stress. Most people associate cardio with weight management or losing weight, so again, it's going to benefit you in that way as well. And of course, the healthier your heart is, the healthier your overall general fitness is going to be. So having high cardiovascular fitness, aerobic fitness, helps to lower your risk of heart diseases, diabetes, some types of cancer, obesity, high blood pressure, and even stroke. So the guidelines here in the UK recommend that individuals get a minimum of 150 minutes of cardiovascular exercise each week. So that would be 5 days of 30 minutes moderate intensity or 75 minutes vigorous intensity cardiovascular exercise. So if that's not something that you've implemented into now, start to think about how can you start to get 30 minutes a day of brisk walking, jogging, skipping, cycling. How can you implement this into your everyday life, and then begin to increase from there in order to improve your cardiovascular endurance? The muscular endurance is all about the ability of muscles to produce force over an extended period of time. Because all the muscles in your body are different, of course the heart is itself is a muscle, but when we talk about the heart specifically, we're talking about cardiovascular endurance, whereas when we're speaking about muscular endurance, we're really speaking about your skeletal muscles, or your muscles that help you to move, the muscles that help with your movement. How well are they able to produce force over an extended period of time? And of course, each muscle group may be different, and so you want to train your whole body and improve endurance throughout your whole body, not just necessarily in one area. So if you think about something like doing 1 minute of press-ups, or press-ups until failure, or squatting until failure, there you'll see how well can your muscles keep producing that force over an extended period of time. Closely related to that, you've got muscular strength, and muscular strength is about your muscles' ability to produce the force, how much force it can exert in a single rep. And so muscular strength is about how much force you're able to produce, whereas muscular endurance is about how long you're actually able to produce that force for over an extended period of time. So you need both of these, and again, they're both muscle specific, and so you want to train all of your body and then different areas of your body, so that you're not only strong in your legs, but your upper body is also strong, or you're not just strong in your upper body, but that your lower body is also strong as well as your upper body. And so you want to train your whole body, have a holistic training program. If you haven't checked out my video about the 7 functional movement patterns, then I encourage you to check that video out. In that video, I talk about the 7 functional movements that you want to include into your strength training. And so if you do implement those 7 movement patterns, you will be covering your whole body and including the different types of movements that you actually utilize every single day, and having a functional training program as opposed to just one that looks nice, but maybe isn't as functional as it could be or as beneficial as it could be for you when it comes to everyday movement, when it comes to even skill related movement. To improve both your muscular endurance and your muscular strength, you're going to do resistance training. When you're training muscular endurance, you're going to increase the number of reps that you do. So it's anywhere from like 15 to 30 reps. You're thinking more on the endurance side. And when we're looking at lower reps, you know, under 15 reps, under 10 reps, 3 to 5, 3 to 8, 3 to 10 reps, depending on what your specific goals are when you're actually doing that. You're looking more on the strength side. You can start with body weight if you're, you know, newly a beginner, and depending on what kind of exercise it is, but increasing the weight, that whether that's using machine, using dumbbells, kettlebells, resistance bands, other people. There's so many ways to include resistance into your training, but it's the increasing the resistance that's going to help you to increase your force. It's going to train your muscles to become stronger so that they can resist the resistance that you're actually giving them to push against. If you're not sure how to progress your training, then check out my video about how to progress your training. I talk about different ways that you can progress your training. Obviously, increasing the weights and increasing reps is only two of those types of ways. So check out that video where I talk more about that for you guys as well. Why do we want to train our muscular strength and muscular endurance? Because the more muscle mass you have equals a higher metabolic rate. Muscle burns calories, whereas fat doesn't. So if you have more muscles, you're going to be burning more calories on a consistent basis. Having more muscle means that you help to deal with those excess fat stores, and therefore increasing your muscular endurance and your muscular strength is going to help you with weight loss if that is one of your goals. Of course, having more muscle, more muscular endurance is going to help you when it comes to skill related components of fitness as well. So depending on what sport you're doing, having muscular endurance and muscular strength are going to help aid you in the specific sport-specific events that you're doing and with the skills that you're trying to implement as well. As we get older, we generally lose muscle mass and our bone strength decreases. So in keeping your muscular strength and muscular endurance, including resistance training into your workouts, is going to help to slow down that decline that actually naturally would happen. So it's really important for us at any age to implement muscular endurance and muscular strength training into our program, but particularly as you're getting older, it's something that you really want to make sure that you include and not only just be focusing on cardio. Okay, so let's move on to flexibility, component number 4. The flexibility is all about our range of motion, and again, that is muscle specific or limb specific. You may have really flexible hamstrings but really tight shoulders, or really tight triceps, or really tight quads, and so including flexibility into your program is really important. It's going to help you to reduce your risk of injury, whether that's in everyday life or whether you're doing sport. Making sure that you have loose and flexible muscles in the right areas is going to help you. Of course, increasing your flexibility is going to also help with your posture. A lot of us spend all day long sitting down, which means we have really tight hip flexors, hunched over back. If you're more flexible, you're going to feel more relaxed because your muscles are not all crunched up and tense. Having them more flexible means that you're going to feel looser, you're going to feel more relaxed generally. So making sure to include flexibility into your program is again really important. So I encourage you, when it comes to actually working out and actually training, make sure that you include a warm-up guide. This is really important part of reducing your risk of injury. But in your warm-up, you want to do dynamic stretches, which is stretching in motion or on the move. And then when you're cooling down, you want to do static stretches. That's essentially stretches when you're stationary. So dynamic stretches before in your warm-up and static stretches after in your cool down. Also think about implementing things like self-massage, such as using a foam roller or a massage ball to help aid with your flexibility and to help keep your muscles loose. You want to do that as well. You might also want to include, simple morning stretch routines. So I've got one on my channel, you can check that out if you're interested in that. Making sure to, when you feel tight areas throughout the day, it's not a crime, guys. You can stop and you can stretch. If your neck feels tight, then implement a quick neck stretch. If your arm is feeling tight or your wrist are feeling tight, implement a quick wrist stretch. It's not a crime to just stretch throughout the day. You can stretch at any point in time. Stretching is not only for when you're exercising, you can stretch at any point in the day. And also, guys, if you don't have a resistance band, that's also a really good tool to have in your training bag, because it's really useful in helping you get additional range of motion. So if you don't have someone to assist you in stretching, a resistance band essentially is your helper. So I've got a video about resistance band stretches, so check that out if you're interested in that. But also look in the link in the description box below. I've linked a resistance band for you guys. It's the green one, similar to what I've used in my video, and it's very useful not only for stretching but also for strength exercises. So that's going to be a multi-use tool or a multi-use piece of equipment for you. So make sure to get one of those if you don't have one of those already. We want to be strong, but we want to be flexible as well. We want to have a strong heart, but we also want to have strong muscles. So let's make sure that we are implementing all of these, guys. And let's get into the last component of health-related fitness. So the last component of health-related fitness is body composition. Body composition speaks about what your body is made up of. Does your body consist of mainly fat mass or muscle mass? You know, when you stand on a scale, it doesn't necessarily tell you whether that number you're seeing is predominantly fat or predominantly muscle. And so understanding your body's composition, your body's body fat percentage is going to be really useful and beneficial. And obviously, as you improve your cardiovascular endurance, your muscular endurance and muscular strength, specifically those three, you'll begin to see your body composition change as well. Of course, there's essential fat in the body that we need. We do need some fat. No one has 0% fat. That is completely unhealthy. So there are specific ranges. Women generally have more fat than men because of the type of hormones that we have in our body, the fact that we have to carry children, you know, our monthly cycle and stuff like that. So women generally have a higher body fat percentage than men. But according to the American Council of Exercise, let's look at the chart that they provide for us. This is what we generally understand. For women, an acceptable range of body fat is 25 to 31% body fat. So if you have body fat over that, over 32%, over that 31%, you're classed as obese. And so you want to really work to get that body fat percentage down. If you want to move into the fitness range for women, you're looking more at 21 to 24% for women. Athletes are generally in lower with 14 to 20%. But like I said, there is essential fat. And for women, that essential range is 10 to 13% body fat is what women need. For men, it's much lower. For men, the essential fat that they need is 2 to 5%. Men don't need as much fat as women in order for their bodies to function. For male athletes, they will have a range between 6 and 13% body fat. Men that are in the fitness range, you would look at 14 to 17% body fat, and acceptable for men is 18 to 24%. If they're over 25%, then again, they're looking at obese, and it's something that you really want to seriously consider reducing that body fat. So like I said, the essential fat that we need, that essential fat helps our body to function. It helps to protect our organs. There's two types of fat. It could be subcutaneous, and that's fat that we see, the excess on the outside that most people understand, and it's easy to tell whether you need to lose fat in that particular way. But you also get people that they may look skinny or they may look smaller on the outside, but actually that internally they are carrying quite a lot of fat, and that's visceral fat. And that's quite dangerous, to be honest. That's fat that is around the organs. And so if you do have a lifestyle where you're eating a lot of fats and a lot of sugar, but it's not necessarily shown on the outside, it's not to assume that because you're not putting on the weight on the outside that you don't have a lot of body fat percentage. And so body fat percentage, body composition is something you really need to consider when it comes to fitness. It's not just about being a certain size, but being healthy. And that's what we're talking about in this video, the health related components of fitness. So how do you measure your body fat percentage? So you can measure your body fat percentage using skin fold calipers. And this is where you pinch specific areas of the skin. You then use a specific chart to add those numbers together to find out what the body fat percentage are. You can get bioelectrical impedance machines, so you can get ones that you stand on. You can also get handheld devices, and this basically sends a current through your body, and because muscle conducts electricity a lot better than fat, that's how it calculates what your body fat percentage is as well. And there's also other ways such as hydrostatic type ways to measure your body fat too. So guys, I hope this video has been helpful for you. Please give it a big thumbs up if it has, to let me know and to let the algorithm know, let more people see this video as well. And if you still want some help, so if you want to know how do I actually implement these 5 components into my training, you want a step-by-step guide, step-by-step tool, then check out this video where I've also got a free gift for you guys, so check that out, and I'll see you guys next Friday.